Can you tell us how tech house started?
No.
Why not?
No clue.
Aren't you the godfather of the tech house?
Well, apparently so, yeah. But it's always been house, really. But it's just acid house. It got labelled tech house by the magazines and stuff because they like to label things, basically. And well, you know, I don't mind the word tech house. It's cool, but it's just house, basically. Acid house. It's an extension of acid house. That's what it is.
So tech house is something that actually came from the record company.
I suppose it is quite a good word for it, really, because it's got techno influences and it's house. But I mean, it always has. You know, it's house has a feeling, all that. You know, it's just that original house groove with some weird noises. It's acid house, actually, you know, which I've always loved.
How did you start DJing?
I've always collected records and I had decks when I was about 18. And a friend of mine just asked me to play in this bar, which was like a rockers bar, and it was sort of like the bar in near my house where I used to go and score some puff. You know, I used to get some draw and that, you know, off the rockers. And so I went in there and started playing some music and just got swore at, basically, and, you know, what the fuck's this shit, you know, and then 2 weeks later there was a queue down the road and people were in there going completely mad, and all the rockers were going mad, and it was, you know, good fun. And then someone saw me play and asked me to play on the south coast, and it just went from there, really. I've got a residency in like a classic old club, like a rave club called Stern's, Intodance it was called, and it went from there. So just sort of fell into it, really. I had no intentions of being a DJ, you know, I just always loved music, and so it's great. I used to be a roofer, it beats roofing.
You're basically one of the first residents in Fabric. Is that right?
Yeah, the first with Craig Richards. Yeah.
It's true that they've hired you even before the club opened.
That's right. Yeah. I was in this club called the Rhythm Factory, I think it is, and behind Heaven, doing a night, and this guy was beside me, saying, "Oh, I'm opening up a club," you know, and people say that to you, and you say, "Oh, okay, you know, whatever," you know. And he was just sat beside me, skinning up joints and passing them to me, and he was the guy that was owned Fabric, and just sort of become friends. And he asked me to be a resident, and well, he asked me to be a resident before we become friends, and went down to didn't really realise how big it was. Excuse me, how big the project was before I went down there, and then went down to see it. It's just a building site, and went down and like, this is going to be good, man. It's all like in Archie's underground, and so it's like, yeah, I've been there since the beginning, basically.
So how long is that?
4 years now, nearly 5 actually. Well, 5 in October.
And you're saying that?
Yeah, man. I've got a wicked relationship with the bar staff. So yeah, I mean, I've got no plans to. I've never done a residency before, and I've never been in one place at one time every week. I love it. It's great. You know, you always get a really good reaction off the crowd. I can play what I want. I can play in the more techno room. I can play in the more house room. So I can just play all sorts of music I buy. So it's great.
For yourself, how did your music evolve? Where did you start? Where are you now?
But I was originally where I started. I was a soul boy. I was into soul music, and then I got into funk and then disco and then house, basically. So I've always been into sort of black music, really, black dance music, urban music.
Would you see yourself in the future as a producer or still as a DJ playing live?
At the moment, I enjoy DJing more. I haven't really done any music for about a year now because I had done loads and decided to take a little bit of a break and concentrate on the DJing. But I mean, I'd like to get into sort of doing music for films, things like that. When I'm older, I think doing score music, or choosing music for a film, and stuff like that. So that interests me.